everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Amanda. So I do apologise because I know you guys, before you even say it, I am still sick at the moment, but that doesn't stop us around here from making a video. And to be honest, you know me, I love chatting about decks and tarot and oracle, and I just wanted something that kind of lifted me up because I love chatting with you guys, and you guys are great for commenting, and I'm blown away by your kindness constantly. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. So first of all, let's do a huge shout out to all of you out there that are watching and commenting, liking, even if you're a silent watcher. I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you an unbelievable amount, and a huge shout out to Simply Han, I'll link her channel below, who so kindly mentioned me in her video of things I'm grateful for, or something along those lines. I'm the worst for remembering titles of videos and things, but I was just truly blown away by her kindness and her sharing my channel and things like that. I never in a million years expected that. When I started my channel, I never in a million years expected this kind of support and love and friendship. So thank you so much. I will tag Han's video below. Go check her channel out, honestly. She's some great content over there. We're kind of like similar. And like, I'll be picking up tips from her and other beautiful creators that I follow. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll try and insert the little clip from her video where she shouted me out. Like, honestly, thank you so much. It's unbelievably kind. I'm still kind of in shock, to be brutally honest with you. So I do appreciate it so much. Honestly, you guys are just A1. I have to say, like, my little corner here in the internet or whatever is just unbelievable. So I'm always blown away by the kindness that I receive daily, and for you that tune in every week when I post, I'm just like honestly blown away, and it's amazing to see like familiar faces then as well. So today I want to chat some decks. These are just like deck suggestions if you're feeling a little bit lost on, like, December can be a funny one because it's like some people love it, some people hate it, some people love Christmas or Yule and others don't. So, you know, you can be in between that kind of limbo, kind of going, I don't know what decks. You know, November is one difficult month sometimes to go, which deck am I feeling towards? Because you're kind of wanting that more intuitive groundedness, I feel myself. But it's also, I kind of want to get into the festive season as well. So I feel like I have a good mix of decks here. So I'll chat tarot first, and then I'll chat oracle. I don't want to do this over 2 videos, so I'll just make it quick. And these aren't deck walkthroughs. I think most of them I've mentioned already on my channel, so there's nothing new here as such. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and we will get into the video. So the first deck I'm going to mention, of course, is going to be the Yuletide Tarot by Christopher Hughes, and the art is by Erin O'Leary Brown, and this is a Llewellyn deck. I think this one came out last year. It's one hefty guidebook, I am not going to lie. Like, it honestly is one chunky guidebook. It is a beautiful deck for this time of year, absolutely. I do have to say, like, I personally feel this isn't a deck you're going to reach for outside of December. Maybe in November you might be inclined to work with it. Hold on, let me turn off that overhead light, I always forget. Okay, so now I remembered to do that. This is my deck. I haven't worked with it a whole pile, but I do like it for this time of year because I love the little snowmans, and I just love that whole festive feel. It is definitely Yule, but also Christmas. So, you know, if you're more pagan inclined, I feel like this would be a great one. But if you celebrate Christmas, or the more kind of, I don't want to say commercial side, because like some people really enjoy that Christmas spirit, and who am I to say otherwise, you know? Again, that isn't something I personally feel should be up for debate. I'm all for whatever you believe in, whatever you want to work with, then so be it, and let's all just live in peace and harmony over it, okay? We're not gonna fall out over anyone. But I really feel like this would be obviously a very good one to have this time of year. Now, by the way, I want everyone to know that I'm showing decks that I feel like a good few of you might have in your collection. If not, please feel free that if you have another deck that kind of you feel like would be similar to another deck I show, please feel free to work with that. Don't feel this pressure that you need to buy any decks. I just want to show some decks that I have in my own collection that I feel like would work pretty well. Please don't feel like you have to go off and buy this just because it's a Yuletide deck, okay? That's not what I'm not telling anybody that they need to go buy a deck. Absolutely not. You can totally work with what you have. Please don't feel pressured that you have to have decks to match the season. Okay, so I'm not going to pause. We're just going to continue on. We're just going to go with the chaos that is my life lately. And to be honest, I don't have a whole pile of time to be stopping and starting again. So the next one, of course, I'm going to mention this. You all know how much I love this deck. I feel like this is a great one to have in your arsenal. To be honest, I feel like this would be a great one to have in your tarot kit, if you have a tarot kit. It is another Llewellyn deck, so if you're new, this is by Llewellyn. I feel like this was a fan favorite for many years and years and years ago, and I don't know how many other people talk about this, but I definitely, before I got this, and I got this 2 or 3 years ago, I think, at this stage, I was slow in getting it because I thought it was very much, because of the backs, I thought it was more Christmas based one, but it's not. It's all year round. But I feel like if you have this, you could totally work with it in the Christmas season, Yule season. I say Christmas because it's just what I'm used to saying here, but I celebrate a mixture of Yule and Christmas. So whatever you want to call that. Yulemas, can that even be a word? Can we even combine the two? Excuse me. So like, I mean, look, we have our little robin. Am I even showing it? No, hi there. So as you can see, like, it's absolutely perfect. It's a lovely deck to work with this time of year. It has a beautiful blend of all the seasons in one, because it is still the Green Witch at the end of the day. And so I feel like this will work very, very nicely as well, because it's a very slow pace deck. It's not very in your face. It's very gentle, but also like it'll kick you in the ass too. So don't underestimate it, I promise you, because it will hand you one on your arse. So be be mindful, because it does have that slight fae energy in it as well. So I like this deck. This is one that I will always work with all year round anyway, or if I need to kind of come back and center myself, this would be the deck. So sometimes we need to gather ourselves over the silly season, and I feel like this would be a fantastic one. Okay, the next deck kind of might be a few raised eyebrows, but I do feel like the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot by Lisa Hunt is a great one. Now I know she has the Fairy Tale Tarot that has come out. I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm so mad because I can't get it here in Ireland until next year, which is so frustrating because it's one of the few decks that I'm like, I really, really, really want. So yeah, I'm kind of mad because I can't get it till next year. But anyway, so we will digress and we'll work with what we have. And I feel like this one is great because, do you know what? Isn't it lovely to connect in with our ancestors and past loved ones? And so I feel like this would be a great one. The artwork is incredibly stunning on this. It has kind of a winter feel. When I was looking at it, even in the box, the cover, that I was like, that has like a real winter feel to it. So, you know, it makes us slow down. And especially when you're connecting with your ancestors or even your spirit guides, you could use this to work with spirit guides because it is a spirit tarot. That it allows you space to, again, like that, just slow down to listen. And that's the whole point of winter, really. It's a slow period. It's where everything kind of goes at a much slower pace, even though we're used to going fast paced. This is just bringing us back into ourselves, and I feel like this deck is a great one to allow you to kind of slow down and just listen. I really feel like winter is that period of where we need to slow down and listen a lot more and allow ourselves to just be. So whether that be creating, resting, just getting by, whatever is the case here. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people might actually have this in their collection as well, so that's why I picked that. I don't feel like this is going to come to a surprise to many of you, but I feel like the Wildwood is another great one. Sorry, the shine off the window. But I feel like this is another great one to work with this time of year. You know, I feel like, again, a lot of people actually have this in their collection. And if you don't, maybe you could work with the Druid craft. I've heard that it's similar to this. I don't have the Druid craft, so I can't do a comparison on it. But I do have the Wildwood. And I held off for ages getting it. I don't know. Because I had this whole thing, well, it had its time, you know. And I'm definitely losing that attitude in the new year, because I don't care if a deck has been out for 10 years. If it's something that's drawing me in, that I'm going for it. I don't need to buy brand new decks. If I feel called to buying, I don't know, let's say the Deviant Moon, I don't, because that's just a deck that doesn't appeal to me. But just for example, it's a deck that's been out for a very long time. Or the Wild Unknown. That's another popular one that I just don't feel drawn to. Then, you know, I will get what feels right for me. And I'm in the new year, I'm not following trends, and I'm not feeling pressured to have to buy all the new decks, because do you know what, sometimes I feel like some decks are just too hyped, and that when I get them in my hands, I'm like, oh, I bought into the hype and I shouldn't have. But this was worth the hype, I'll be honest with you. I can see why people were hyping it up back in the day, because it's really good. It is very good. But I have an awful habit. I'll watch a lot of walkthroughs before. Sometimes, not always, but some decks, especially if they're a little bit more costly with mass market, if they're an extra little bit, I'm like, I need to make sure that I really like this. It was the same with the B Tarot. This spent ages. So yeah, that is the Wildwood. I think I talked about that enough. And then the last one that I have on my list now, I'm not sure, it may be for some people, it may not be for others, that's totally fine. But I wanted to make, you know, mention it anyway, because I do feel like it kind of fits. Because it's neither, it's the Abyss, High Tower of the Abyss. So it's, I don't want to say it's neither here nor there deck. It is a very interesting deck. And I feel like this time of year might be the time of year you want to dive into something a little bit more unusual. Unusual, that's the word I'm looking for. And this is definitely one of them, because it is black and white, and it's very much kind of like a sketch, right? So they look very much I believe they are hand drawn. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do know. But they are truly stunning. I've seen some people actually colour in certain aspects of it just to make it brighter or make it pop. I never feel brave enough to do that to my decks. I'm always afraid like I'm going to feck it up and that's it. So like, we'll say for example, you could even add like a pop of red lipstick to make it pop. I again wouldn't. Don't go do it because I said it, okay? And go, mend, I did what you suggested. Please don't do that unless you really want to and you feel brave enough. Then yeah, that I'm leaving that to you, but I'm not going doing that. So I feel like this would be an interesting one. It's a deck I haven't picked up in a very long time, and I don't know why. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. But I feel like it'd be interesting for this time of year, for sure. You know, especially kind of in that limbo space, in that space of not knowing. I feel like I love this tower. So I feel like it'd be an interesting one for sure to work with. Okay, so on to the Oracle deck. So I wanted to chat about. I've only 4, so I have more Tarot than I have Oracle. Now I've paired none of them together. If you want to see pairings that I feel like would work well for Yule or Christmas, do feel free to let me know in the comments. I can definitely do that. Deck videos are just so handy and fun to do. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. But obviously I'm going to mention this, of course I am, is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. Now this has been out for quite some time. I feel like this is the second one in the series. Yeah, you'd Samhain and then you'd the Yule one. Beautiful green gilding and what are the odds? Anyway, this is one that I find the most difficult to work with out of all the oracles in this series. This is the one that I find the most challenging. I don't know why, and I love it, but I find it the most difficult to connect with. So I'm definitely bringing this out. Actually, by the time this video is out, I'll probably be working with this by now. because I'm going to work with the Yule Oracle and the Yule Tide Tarot together. So I do, it's maybe not obvious, but I do pair these together. But I'm going to make sure that I'm going to actually spend the month of December with these two, because I feel like they deserve that bit of time. There is slight nudity, just so you know. I'm not going to say, again, it doesn't bother me in decks, do you know, that kind of vibe, but I know maybe some people. Excuse me. So yeah, anyway, like I said, it's not a flip through, but so that's the first one that I feel like would work well. Another one that I've mentioned a few times actually on my channel is the Goddess Love Oracle. Now, I know some of you have actually paired this one with the Goddess Dreams Oracle, or is the Goddess Dream? Anyway, I always mix the two up. I always feel like this is a very good deck for the winter season and autumn. Now, I am missing a few cards out of this because I have them up on my altar. I use these as altar cards because this is 36 cards, I think. Yeah, 36 cards. You know my views on decks with just 36 cards, especially when they're mass market and things like that. I'm like, you could have made it to 44, honestly. I'm not here for 36. And not being smart, but sometimes the decks with 36 cards cost a little bit more, and you're like, I know there's work that goes into it, and I can appreciate that, and I do appreciate that. But I'm being a snot about it. I'm not even going to lie. I'm being a snot about it, and I want more than 36 cards because I'm greedy when it comes to my oracles, okay? I'm not even going to sugarcoat. I love this. I'm not even going to lie. But this is a really nice one to work with. But I haven't felt brave enough to combine the two together because I like the way they work on their own. Now, the next one, because again, like I've had the Green Witch Tarot and the Wildwood, I feel like maybe some people might want to feel a little bit more grounded. I feel the Rooted Woman by Sharon Blackie would be quite a good deck to work with. I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit fast, you guys. I'm kind of trying to do this not quick, but just quick enough that my voice doesn't totally give up on me, because it kind of comes and goes. And I'm already talking a savage amount. But I do feel like this would be a good one to actually deep dive this time of year, because, you know, we might have a little bit more time, we're at home a little bit more, so you can immerse yourself in the cards a lot more and immerse yourself into the meaning if you wanted to get the book, if Women Rose Rooted, with it to work alongside it. I still haven't finished that book, that I just wasn't in the right headspace and things like that. I might pick it up again, who knows, I don't know. I allow myself to read what I want when I want. I'm not under any pressure by no means. But yeah, that is, oh, okay, so we have the Fall. I'm not even surprised that I got that. But I feel like this is a great one because it kind of draws you into, I love this, so I'm going to end it on that one, but it draws you in to kind of more deeper meaning. So while we have the imagery, it sucks you in more, I would say, intuitively. So I just wanted to mention that one. And the last one then, this is the last oracle, is the Winter Seer Animal Oracle by Shiloh Thompson. And I love this deck. I got this one at like a holistic fair. And I'll be honest, I was like, oh, I don't know. I wanted to support the small business that was there. And there's nothing really wintry about this deck, but I just love working with this. This is beautiful. I love my little Robin card, and the messages are so good. The guidebook is unbelievably good. I don't know why it's, again, I need to read the guidebook again, but I love this. It's very weird because it's not a me deck. You know, I'm beginning to question what is a me deck at this stage, but I love this, and I love animals anyway, except a few, snakes being one of them. And I wouldn't be too gone on a crab, but for the most part, I love this animal energy deck. Do you know what I mean? It is a pure animal oracle. There's no people, so maybe you don't like people decks. Maybe you want more animal. I feel like this is, oh, should I even say it? One of the nicest animal decks I have. I have a few. It's just funny because I really enjoy and I love animals, but I'm very picky on the decks that I choose, and I was slow on getting this one, but do you know what, my fiance picked it out and I was like, oh, do you know what, I'll pick it up, and I love it. So I said, do you know what, in future I'm just going to give you money and go, here, pick me out a deck or two. And we'll see what you come back with, because honestly, he's great choice in decks. So yeah, that is the last one, and I highly recommend it all year round, but definitely if you want something with the word winter on the front of it, then this is great. And I feel like it's not too it's not overstimulating or anything like that. There's not too much imagery, you know. If you like a little bit more of a simpler image, then this is a great deck. So my lovelies, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please let me know in the comments below, what decks are you working with, if you have any deck suggestions or anything like that. I would love to hear it, and I look forward to connecting with you in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.